When I ask you your nationality, what would you say?
I'm a motherfucker. You ask me what my nationality is, I'm gonna tell you I'm a motherfucker. Real ass motherfucker.
Watch this. Okay, you real. You're Aboriginal of what? Of what land?
What land?
What land?
Israelite land. The nation.
Okay, Israel. Okay, all praise. You say you're a Moorish American? Watch this. Let me hold that. Let me get what I want. Habakkuk 1:1, or is that Hosea? I think it's Micah. Micah 1:1. Watch this. Because did you know Moorish was in the Bible? When you say you are a Moor, when you say no, not the Moabites. Moabites are Chinese people, right? When you say you are a Moor, what do Moor mean?
All that land was one.
No. What does Moor? Yeah, but what was Moor? What does Moor mean? Black. It's just a Latin word that when the white people came to Spain and seen black people ruling, they said, oh, that's niggas. That's black people. It's just another word for Moor. So when you say, hey, I'm Moor, that just means I'm a black person, just like anybody else. When you say you're a Moorish American, all you're saying is I'm African American. You're just saying black in a different way. There's no distinguish, right? That's like, all right, my brother. Hey, be safe. Read that flyer, man. Hey, so when you say that, that's all that means. You see what I'm saying? There's just a different word for black. Like, do you know the word for black in Spanish?
Negro.
Negro. That's just saying, oh, I'm a Negro American. It's the same way. Watch this.
The book of Micah, chapter 1 and verse 1.
You know who Micah is? Micah is a prophet out the Bible. Micah is a so-called what? What would his nationality be? You said it. An Israelite.
He was the 12 tribes. All
What? Absolutely.
Everybody.
What's your name, bro?
My name Fire Bait. They call me, my real name Khalifa. They call me Fire Bait.
Can I call you Fire?
Yes, sir.
All right, Fire.
Yes, sir.
What's your name again, bro?
Yes, sir.
Isaiah? And you saying you're a Moorish American? Watch this. I'm finna blow your mind, Isaiah. Watch this. Watch this. So we all know that Micah is the Israelite, right? Watch this.
The word of the Lord that came to Micah, the Moorishite.
The who?
The Moorishite.
Said he's a Moorishite. A Moor. The Moors was Israelites, brother.
That's right.
There was Israelites. So when you say, hey, I'm a Moorish American, why not come on and say, hey, I'm an Israelite? Because Moor does not really have a nation. It's not really a nation to go to. You can't go to the land of Moor. That's like saying I'm black. You can't go to the land of black. My brother, if you know this, and you know, why are you saying no more?
Bring it out. That's what I proclaim.
Watch this. Let me get that in Genesis. What I want, Genesis 32?
38.
32:27. Watch this. Because Moor, when you say Moor, white people come around and say, hey, what's your name? And you say Moor. They're like, oh, okay. You're a Moorish American. Okay. that nigga lost. He don't know who he is. He's lost.
Right.
But if you say, hey, I'm an Israelite. An Israelite. You're not an Israelite. Israel is over there. I can prove out the Bible I'm an Israelite. I can prove it with history that I'm an Israelite. Then they get mad. Because now they understand that I'm not dealing with no dumbass niggas. I'm dealing with somebody that understands who they are. Right? So Moor has no substance with these other nations. But watch this.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 27. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
So, you know Jacob, right? The forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? He was wrestling an angel. Right. An angel. And he prevailed. He held his own against an angel. Do you see how low we have become in society?
Amen.
Do you think you can wrestle an angel right now? Hell no. You can try. But we're not in our power. we're not where we're supposed to be in this world. But once we get there, yes, because go a little deeper on you, the angels are our brothers. They're literally our brothers. We got the same power, but we got to wait on them. We got to get ourselves right. Right? Watch this. So he said, Jacob, because you prevailed against this angel, your name will no longer be called Jacob.
Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
Now the angels named him Israel. Why?
For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed.
He said, now you're Israel because you got power with God and amongst men.
That's right.
Because you're God's chosen people.
That's right.
God fights for you.
Right.
You are the Israelites. Right? And then he said you got power amongst men. You want to know how? Want to know how? If we get the same training and the same education as the white man, Arab man, Chinese man, anybody, who comes to the top? We do. We always. Thank you. Come on. Come on.
That's why we're the chosen ones. We're the ones that got the best DNA.
Fire.
We're the ones that got neuromelanin.
Fire. Absolutely.
Download signals from the universe, from our ancestors, from
God.
Meditating.
From God. Right here. That's when we meditate in the Word of God, and He move us. And He move us. Hey, hey, watch this. So you know you Israel, fire. Watch this. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. We got to deal with something. Hold that. Get that. But first, let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15 before we get that. Because we got to understand something. Y'all know y'all are Israel. You already knew you were from the tribe of Judah. You already knew you was an Israelite, right? But now what with that knowledge? What does that mean?
That means we take our power by connecting to our soul and getting outside of this universal shit and this outside shit, because we living in hell mind states by being in this sexual lower entity, because heaven and hell is all mind states, and we can access this shit if we tap into our inner self.
Bro, you said a lot.
Because if God was to ever hide in anywhere, if God was to ever hide anywhere, He would hide in man, because man would never look within himself to find the truth, to find God within him.
God said you are God.
Exactly.
And we got to act like it. We got to move like it.
We got to speak like it, though.
So watch this.
Words is magic.
Watch
We've been
this.
playing magic our whole life,
You
though.
said a lot.
Words is power, though. That's why this whole language, we got to watch this English language, and we got to bring our language back. And
Watch
we got to
this.
start speaking with telepathy.
First, let's get verse 1. Hold on, Father. Watch this, because you said a lot. Watch this. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass,
He's talking to Israel. This is the book of Deuteronomy.
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day.
It says, Israel, if you do everything that God tell you to do, move the way God tell you to move,
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
God said He will set you on high.
Above
Not equal to, but above
all nations of the earth.
We'll be above. That's God. If we move the way God tells us to move, that's God in us, and we will be above all people. But because what? Verse 15. Watch this. Watch this, fire. Watch this, Isaiah. Verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
It said it will come to pass. It's going to happen, Israel.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you don't listen to God, if you don't do what God tells you to do, if you don't move as God on earth,
to observe, to do all His commandments and His statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
curse will come upon us and overtake us. The way we live in, you just said, is a hell mindset. We are in hell.
Yes.
We are in hell. God cursed us because we did not do what He tells us to do. He's our Father. He's not trying to kill us. You got kids?
I got 3.
You got kids? When they do something wrong, or they do something that you don't, when they tell you, you tell them not to do something, but they do it anyway, do you punish them? That's what God doing to us.
Right.
We still here. What other people can go through slavery like this? Be whipped, robbed, murdered, hung, and still be here today. When Wall Street fell back in the day, what white people do? Jumped out the damn building. Oh, my money gone. Black people live on $5 every damn day. Hey, I don't got nothing. I'm gonna make it work though. We finna make something shake. Right? They can't do that. They'll be gone. God said He gonna curse us. So when we get wrong or we start getting that affliction, what do? We call out to God. You bump your toe or you hit yourself, what's the first thing you do? Oh God, oh Jesus, Lord, that hurt. You already calling on Him because it's just in you. It's innately in you to call on your Father. So when we're in affliction, like this world, we call on our Father. But He said, if you don't do what I tell you to do, you'll be cursed. Here's the commandment, fire. We're going to have to listen. Isaiah, here's the commandment. Watch this. This was hard for me too. It was hard for me too, but we got to get it.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Y'all know y'all the temple of God, right?
Right.
Y'all the temple.
Yes.
It's not no bricks. It's not a brick and mortar place.
Even the temples that they built back
You
in the
the
day,
temple.
they built it after the human body.
You the
Because
temple.
why? We is the temple.
Watch this. Watch this, Bob.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Spirit of God is in you. That's why you are a God on earth.
Yes.
If any man defile the temple of God,
So it says, if any man defile the temple of God, if you defile yourself,
him shall God destroy.
God said He would destroy that temple. If it's defiled, you can't put none defiled on the altar, right? It got to be clean. You have to be clean and holy, like God is clean and holy. What do you think I'm going into that you defiled yourself with while you were standing right here?
Smoking squares.
You got to cut that out,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's defiling you.
Yeah.
God said, hey, I kill you for doing it. And guess what? Right there on the cigarette pack, it said, will cause cancer. Mouth cancer, throat cancer, gum cancer, right? Lung cancer.
Yeah.
We got to stop that.
Right?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is